Hi folks, welcome to my studio. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about textures. This here is a gift bag. Now, what does this gift bag have to do with my painting process? First of all, take a look at the shape of this gift bag. This is one of my favorite shapes for gifts. Hint, hint to family and friends. Anyway, this gift bag has in it tissue paper. I get asked a lot of questions about the texture that I use in my canvases for my landscape painting. And this is one of the things that I use. This is what I do. Tissue paper that you use for gift packages for Christmas, birthdays, holidays, whatever, is perfect for putting texture on canvas. What I do is I start with one sheet, fold up the gift bag, put it away, take the tissue out, and I take my canvas. Right here I have an 8x10 standard stretched canvas, and I lay my gift paper, or my tissue paper rather, on top. I take a pair of scissors and I cut the tissue a little bit larger than the canvas, like so. Then what I do is I take the tissue and crumple it up in a ball, a nice tight ball, just like so. Then I open it up, and you get a really nice wrinkled texture in the paper. Don't stretch it out too far. You want to keep those wrinkles in there. You don't want to flatten it out too much. So I leave that wrinkled and set it aside for a minute. The next step is adhesive. You've got to attach the tissue paper to your canvas somehow. There's two ways to go. You can use a matte medium, acrylic medium, or Mod Podge. I tend to use Mod Podge a lot. One of the things that you want to be aware of is there's different surfaces. There's matte and gloss in Mod Podge and in the mediums. I prefer the matte medium over the gloss simply because it's easier to paint on when you're done. I find that the matte finish gives you a better texture to grip the acrylic paint. You might have a little bit of an adhesion problem if you use the gloss medium rather than the matte. So I just find the matte to work a little bit better for me. So what I do is I take my brush and my Mod Podge, my matte Mod Podge, and give the canvas a nice coat. Now, working small like this on an 8x10, you can go ahead and coat the whole thing. Coat the whole canvas with the medium or the Mod Podge. If you're working on a larger canvas, what you want to do is work in sections, because you don't want the Mod Podge to dry before you get a chance to put the tissue paper on. So work in sections and do it little by little if you're working larger. But for this, I can do the whole thing, so I'll give the canvas a nice coat, and I'm just doing the top for right now. I'm not going to do the edges or the sides of the canvas. I want to make sure that every bit is coated. Okay. Then set that aside. Drop your brush in water. You don't want to leave any mediums or glues on the brush and let that dry on the bristles. It's not good for it. So then I take my tissue and just lay it right on top of the canvas like so. And don't pull it or stretch it. Just lay it on top and press. Press it right into that medium and let it stick. And see all the wrinkles forming? I hope you can see it. Leaves a really, really nice texture. Once you have that in place, you still need to coat the top of the tissue to adhere it to the canvas. You want to get a nice seal in there. So go back into the Mod Podge and give the paper a nice layer of Mod Podge there. You don't want to overbrush and push things around too much because the tissue gets pretty delicate when it's wet. It might end up tearing. So just be a little bit gentle with this stage. And thankfully, this stuff dries pretty fast, so you'll be able to be painting in no time. It's just a few minutes. There's not a heavy layer, there's not a lot of thick wrinkles, so it shouldn't take long to dry. So once you have the top coated, then you can go in and do the sides. And that's just a matter of coating the edge of the canvas, just like so. And then folding the paper back down over the edge. And then again, do a layer of Mod Podge on top of the tissue. And then do that on all four sides. And when it's dry, all you have to do is tear away the excess tissue. It even comes off pretty easily while it's still wet. It just tears away and you have a pretty clean edge. If you have some ragged edges that are still overhanging, you can just cut them off. And that's all there is to doing the texture on the canvas. When it's completely dry, then you can start applying your acrylic paint. You can tone the canvas with a red like I do for my landscapes, or you can start right in with your color, whatever color you're going to use in your painting. So that is a really quick and easy way to give some great texture to your canvas for your acrylic paintings. So have a good time, do something creative, enjoy. Talk to you next time.